Howdy, I promised you that we're gonna be playing some more No Rest for the Wicked. And as it appears, I just entered the Crucible. So, well, I'll present to you basically the whole mechanic and system of Crucible. It's like a roguelike arena where you can measure your level or, well, skill and basically do all that stuff while fighting. So, yeah, it's kind of like a arena. God damn, yeah. Right, so I got my character on max level, as I mentioned before. Today I'm going to be, well, I just spilled some blood, but I'm about to do much more. I'm about to come and get the boss out of this Crucible. I've got spear, I've got sword, and I've got a bow. I'm prepared. Well, this is how the fighting looks like. This is a big guy, and although I'm making a lot of damage, I need to tread lightly, because if he is basically implementing combo onto me, I can easily lose all my life in a moment. So yeah, this is how the game looks like, pretty much. I really recommend playing it because it's in beta, but when the final patch drops, well, it won't be a final patch, it will be like a beginning of the whole thing. But when the patch 1.0 will drop, when it will drop, the moment it will, in the moment, I think it will get very popular, you know, the game, because it's reinventive. It's like taking this Diablo formula and implementing Dark Souls fighting mechanic into it with block, parry, dodge and everything. So far what you can do in this game is pretty cool. You've got different statistics such as faith, dexterity, strength, stamina, obviously, focus, which is your mana, HP points. All of that combines to a different mechanic, it fuels a different mechanic, fuels a different thing. Weapons are here in numbers, you know, like dozens of them, and each one differs from one to another. And they've got a different rune attack, and wow, that was a close one. They've got a different attack and rune, and you can use them to your advantage. You can exalt runes from the different weapons and pin them to a different sword or spear that you need. So, well, yeah, the ideas are there. The ideas are there. What they need at the moment is not money, because they are extremely well financed at this point, because, well, No Rest for the Wicked sold in numbers. Millions, actually. It's pretty fantastic to see. By the way, here are... I'll just... back to the gameplay. Here I chose the special abilities for my run, because after clearing each floor from the enemies, you can actually pick special abilities that will sophisticate your playstyle. So, well, I'm being surrounded completely by fire traps and everything. The knights are coming after me. What am I supposed to do right now? I'm gonna be playing defense. I'll be playing defense. Because sometimes offense is not the best defense. Defense is defense. So yeah, here I basically decided to go all for it and use the rune attack, and it actually was successful, so I am allowed to pass through. But you can see clearly the floor is different. Although after playing it for a while, it all resembles the same thing. But I got stronger. I got stronger during the time that I was playing, because I got more experience as a player. I got better stuff, a better equipment that I'm about to unleash on them. It's only a second floor, but there will be blood. I promise you that. So yeah, I mean, I'm coming after them, and I don't know what else to say to you, because at this point everything was said about No Rest for the Wicked so far. They released a massive co-op update not long ago, and it gave me a lot of fun, and I made some cool memories out of this. Wow, one hit and I'm done. He froze me. If there would be more enemies, I would be dead. But I can heal and I can massacre him with my bow. Come on. Love it. So yeah, you can actually have different mechanics implemented into the game, and it works. It's not a mess. I love it. I love that about No Rest for the Wicked, because each of the mechanics that they implemented are very thought of. And even if they will make a massive heart transplant, as the CEO said, of the game, because they're planning to change everything about the game that it comes to leveling up. The fighting will still be the same. The whole map will look no different. Maybe there will be more locations to access. Here it is again, the shop. As you can see, I can pick the special abilities for my build, my playstyle, and now I can dash with no problem on bow, and well, it's crazy addictive. This kind of Crucible, the Crucible itself, it's very addictive, because I love to just experiment with this builds. Although I'm going mostly full power and full HP and all that. Resistance is very essential as well. But in the end, it all comes down to damage output, I think. And the technique that you're playing with, because you can have a huge damage output, as I said, but if the enemy will come at you and they will combo you, then you're done. You're done, basically done. So yeah, we're on the maximum level. As I said, I've got a character on the maximum level. You cannot go above level 30 in beta. All the characters will be wiped out. All the progress will be wiped out when the patch 1.0 releases, and I'm still playing it. I've got invested in it 70 hours over 70 hours in the beta game. It's crazy, but it's really impressive how all of this game is well thought of and well built. They've got some experience with Ori and the Blind Forest already, as I said, as I mentioned in my previous video. It's a platform game. They said it's their Mario, but I'm very curious what will happen to No Rest for the Wicked, because after the final release, because the plans are extremely coherent and ambitious. Yeah. They plan to. The CEO of this. Well, imagine a guy who's sitting in front on the interview, and he smokes a pipe. He doesn't care about what people think of him, because he is constantly posting on X lots of stuff, bad things about other developers. Very true, by the way. And he just doesn't give a fuck completely. He just sits there, smokes a pipe, and he just chills, because he knows that he's got freaking golden chicken producing golden eggs on his stead. You know, that's what he's got. They're not treating this game as a single player experience, as a game that will come and go. No, they're treating it as a platform. They want to implement much more mechanics into it. They want to implement farming. They want to implement lots of stuff like trading, like what else is there in plans? They want to get a castle for a player who's got most hours in. well, it will be accessible to everyone, not only the one player, but you know, it will be like a special mention for the players that are freaking sick about the game. So yeah, it's just the game that struck me by lighting. It's yeah, that's what I'm about to do as well to the enemies. Look at this. Look what I must. Look what will happen. Right now. Love it. Yeah, if you get the chance to. I had a build once when I was playing this Crucible, when I played the arena. I had pretty much a build that, well, constantly fired the bolts out this time, and I still couldn't get to the boss. So that's how difficult it is. It might not seem on the screen as much difficult, but I got, while playing it, I had the feeling that I am about to fuck up something, you know, like I am about to make a mistake and I'll be done for it. I got more comfortable here because actually getting this perk was like a salvation for me in a way, because it's a lot of damage, a lot of the output damage, and it looks freaking cool. Hell of a cool, yeah. So, yeah, but when I'm playing the No Rest for the Wicked, when I'm fighting, I always have this sentence in front of me. Memento Mori. Yeah, Memento Mori, guys. The times how the times when the game made me, well, the times when the game did me dirty. Well, all the time. Right. The next floor is based around the shopkeeper. You can buy certain unique items in here, but we're gonna skip that stage, and we're gonna get through right through to the fighting. I'm getting further and further into the Crucible, and closer to the boss. 6th floor, and it's going really well. I've got really good output damage. I've got very well. I'm prepared. That's all I can say. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for the boss. It's just a matter of time to clean up these rooms and all of these floors. So yeah, here I played a little bit with a bow. As you can see what's worth to mention is this game is best to be played on gamepad. The gamepad is like the device that is being recommended when you start the game. So from the first go, you should invest in gamepad if you want to play this game, because it's not unplayable, but it's way more comfortable to play on a gamepad, in my eyes, and in eyes of developers as well. So that's how it's supposed to be played. Right. I've watched many interviews with the CEO of the Moon Studio. They went through a hellish development as well. That's why basically this game is still in beta after 2 years, because they had to acquire legal rights to the product they're making, because they were owned by some other developer, some other studio. So they wanted to go independent with the product, and I think that's a smart choice. That only basically the going as a your own man is always better, as well as well, as long as you have a product to deliver, right? And they do have a product to deliver. Believe me, if I spend 70 hours in a game, it's not a bad game. I'm not playing bad games usually. Although Diablo 4, I don't know if you can count that as a bad game. It had some troubles and more, and it wasn't ideal at the beginning, but no matter. Diablo is Diablo. No Rest for the Wicked is different here. It is different because the studio is not a big corporation that sucks out of lives of the art creators and developers. It's just another studio that wants to create something and be remembered for. A bit cheesy, but well, isn't that the point of life? Like, well, certainly I do believe that's the higher purpose than just making money, but in my eyes, it all goes to dust. We all don't matter, you know. And well, I don't want to get into the what would you call it? Sophisticated subjects like this, you know, like very physical, psychological, very philosophical subjects. That's what. Anyway, well, I digress, but believe me, we're just ahead of the boss. Well, like, it's pretty much that stage and the next one. I think it's the boss, or maybe not, maybe 3 more. Okay, let's actually escape to the boss. The boss will be difficult. I'm taking the super potions, which are getting me a little bit of stamina, focus, and defense. That's the boss. This is how it looks like. He has got 3 stages, I think. 3 or 2. I'm not too sure. But he's very powerful in the first one because he is so quick. He just can rush into you and demolish everything on the way. He's got some multiple attacks. I think the best strategy would be bow. I think I tried sword and spear and it didn't go well. Here I'm being basically too close to him. He just does damage to me as he places. Here I missed the run attack. It's good that my focus regenerates itself because I've got the bonus from the Crucible. Right, 2 attack spears. I am being penetrated by the spear of this boss. Okay, let's not get to that. I'm doing all my best to do as much damage as I can, but it's just going really slow. So I decided to switch to the sword and make a little bit of carnage, but it's just not a good idea at this point, I think. We'll see. Rolls and rune attack. He managed to escape. That's the thing. It's difficult. It's difficult to get. Spear maybe. We'll do some. Oh, nice critical hit. Another one. Not too bad. Not too bad. But the fact that he's just riding a horse or whatever that is making the whole thing much more extremely difficult. Yeah, he's just now throwing out flames at me to make the arena much more thinner. Yeah. So that's the boss fight basically in this game, and you see it looks quite impressive and quite challenging. I believe the bosses in this game, in the beta so far, were all done very well. Very well. They're not as rememberable maybe as the, I don't know, Path of Exile monsters, like bosses. Like I remember till now the fight with Colossus or the final boss of the first act, the wolf. Yeah, these were the incredibly well done bosses. Here, it's not bad, but I'm trying to eat now, and I fucked up because I picked up the food. That's what basically was my final mistake. I wanted to regenerate my HP, and it didn't work because he was aiming arrows at me, the projectiles, basically. He was aiming projectiles at me. And it went through, like through butter. Okay, that's the final boss fight. It's terribly weak gameplay. I understand. If you will let me know and give me a dislike, but I don't care because the point was to show you the game and to talk a little bit about it. So that's basically done. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.